Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
Hi. Hey. What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
It's Kristie J from the Chisholm Report. You're tuned in to Hot 702.5.
This is Kristen Gamer, and you are tuned into my mom, Kristie J. This is Hot 702.5.
Come talk shit and politics with Kristie J from the Chisholm Report every Saturday at 10 a.m. on hot7025fm.com.
Yeah, election time's coming. Who you gonna vote for? Yeah, if I was president, I'd get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday, they go back to work on Monday. If I was president, if I was president, if I was president, yeah. Instead of spending billions on the war, I can use that money so I can feed the poor. Cause I know some so poor. When it rains, that's when they shower, scream and fight the power. That's when the vulture devours. If I was president, I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday, they go back to work on Monday. If I was president, if I was president, if I was president, yeah. I know some soldiers that sleep but they can't dream, wake up with screams, sounds of M16. So take this medal of honor for your bravery. I wish you the best, kid. You and your family. If I was president, I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday, they go back to work on Monday. If I was president, if I was president, if I was president. But the radio won't play this. They call it rebel music. How can you refuse it? Children of Moses, tell the children the truth, the truth. It's not all that bling that's diamond. Tell them the truth, the truth. Most of y'all wear Cuban zirconium. Tell them the truth, the truth. Yeah, your soul is worth more than diamonds.
If I was president, all blacks that had reparation, no segregation, feed the nation so there's no famine. Muslims, Jews, Christians would all hold hands every week on the beach. Party by the sand, word up. Take trips on Air Force One. Don't need to bring the homeless with no sneaks to Air Force One. Better schools in the hood, better teachers for the classes, making money, paying no tax. Find the best scientists, tell them come up with an answer. I want the cure for AIDS and cancer, but I gotta watch my back. Snipers on the hill with the steel, waiting to J.F.
I was president. I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday, they go back to work on Monday. If I was president, if I was president, I feel the rain coming, let me play my guitar for them right now.
Let's go.
Refugees, yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming in and spending the day with me. My name is Kristie J, and this is the Chisholm Report. And I just thank you guys for coming in to be able to talk shit and politics with me. Just to go over things, I am a political scientist. I have a degree from Southern University of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Shouts out to them. They were here playing UNLV basketball. They did lose, but the coach was hilarious. Okay, to watch. I say he was the best part of the game. I'm here to be able to bridge that gap with us not knowing exactly what the government is, what they do for us, and how to make it work for us. It's important for us to be knowledgeable about about government because they're only the representatives of us. They are not us, and the money that they spend is yours. So I'm actually going over there today. Today, my title of my show is "Hold Them Accountable." Most important just to say this. Rest in peace. Take off. I said last show, I said you can say what you want to, but they are the modern day Bone Thugs and Harmony. They came along with the brand new sound, the sound that wasn't totally being utilized at that time, and they took off for the culture in that way. And all respects to this young man, lost his life on some meaningless stuff, and we have to be more accountable as a people to say, when do we start talking to each other about black on black crime, even if it is an accident? It's too many of us losing our family members and things like that to just senseless things. So I hope that his death is not in vain, and that we pay attention to the people that we put in positions around us. Also, to make sure that we're doing business with worthy people. You know, sometimes you got to overlook that kinfolk stuff and have to look at if that person is a good person or not. So rest in peace to him and his family. Sending condolences to them and everything. It's tragic, but they did have what I heard was a star-studded event, okay, in Atlanta for this man, and it went ham. Now, I have not seen the real footage of it. Now, I'm ready to see it whenever it is out there. Also want to give a shout out to Hot 702.5 FM.com for the tickets to go see my alma mater play UNLV. If you guys don't know, we connected, okay? You know, so I just wanted to say thank you to them. They always making my dreams come true. Appreciate you, okay? And I want to more or less go straight into this, okay? So we just had an election on the 8th. It was the last day that you can vote, okay? They are now at this point counting. They are now counting the last of the votes. All right. The last of the votes that were mailed in on the election date. Okay. So I'm saying, let's go ahead and talk about the fact that the governor lost his seat. Steve Sisolak lost his seat to Joe Lombardo. I am not a Joe Lombardo fan, okay? I'm not into police being able to rule upon what we need to do. But I will say this, okay? There was one comment that he made beforehand. Now, the first thing we're gonna listen to, I have a clip to talk about his platform and how he wavers things on different subjects. The second video that we have when we go into that is going to talk about his view on one of them. Okay, so let's go ahead and watch the clip.
My opinion, he took way too long to make the decision to lighten up on the economy, open up the economy, the slow death associated with shutting down the economy. I didn't vote for him, but I don't see any reason to say that he's not the duly elected president of the United States. I think the election system has the ability to have fraud associated with it. The evidence was not brought forward that we could prosecute on it, and 34 years in law enforcement, that's what I base a lot of my decision on, is actual evidence. I support the death penalty as long as there's due process. I do not support defunding the police, okay? I support evaluating existing programs. I wouldn't be opposed to anything as long as it's based on sound fundamental processes for the benefit of the state and the people in the state of Nevada. We need to do a complete audit of the system. Day one, when elected governor, that we go into the system and determine whether the funds are being allocated appropriately and where they need to be allocated. I said it publicly, I said tax reform, and what I mean by that is, can we do a better way of doing business? No increase in revenue, reallocation.
Okay, so thank you guys. So that's his platform. Okay, it doesn't sound like a bad platform. The only issue I have is that there's some discrepancies. One is he said no defunding the police, but then in this clip that we have, he said that he would defund the police and expressing why. Now, I agree with him on this subject, but that is totally different than what he said his platform was just a moment ago. Let's go ahead and listen.
Some recent protests as well have called for defunding police. We've seen that not only locally, but all across the country. What would you say to those who think the police need less money right now?
Well, you think my automatic knee-jerk reaction would be no, absolutely not, because me being in the policing profession for 32 years, know that police matter. We make a difference in society as far as the feeling of safety and the ability to provide that safety, and for you to go about your life within the limits of the Constitution in a safe manner. And I think that's important for people in their quality of life. Now, defunding, I can support in some aspects. And what I mean by that, over time, society has asked police to expand their resume. So every society out there, in particular to mental health and homelessness and hunger, the police are expected to take care of those particular issues. And it's real easy. The public calls 911. When there's a question on how to handle a particular situation, like the ones I described, you dial 911 and the police have to handle it. And we don't necessarily have the resources or the training or the ability to handle a lot of those things. Not a lot of them, a few of them, in particular to homelessness and mental health. So if they want to defund, to develop teams per se, or social worker, that type of profession to address those type of calls, I'm in full support of it. Because we're not the answer in the fact that, usually the answer to us is incarceration, and that's not the answer to those particular problems.
Okay, so like I said, he's right. I totally agree with him. I agreed with him then when he said it. There is, they put in place for a 911 operator to answer for mental illness calls, okay, for elderly calls, for things like that, minor calls, okay, where you can be able to, if somebody is having a mental episode, putting them into the police, which I will say is the police to us as Black people, or maybe just to me, represents like horror film, okay? So you terrorize them. I'm not saying that the police are terrorizing, but I'm saying that you're having a mental episode and then they send somebody after you, okay? It would cause you to panic. If someone is on some type of drug, okay, and it makes their heart pump, 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 pump. Sending someone who's going to tackle you and push you to the ground instead of understanding that you're going through a drug episode or some type of narcotic episode, and they know to give you medicine and know to calm you down, then there's a difference in the way that you police, and they are not trained for that. They are trained to go and put you in jail. They are trained to separate the issue. Okay, they are not counselors. They are not mental health. They are not youth counselors. They are not, you know what I'm saying, like sometimes these are not the perfect people to call when you're having a problem. Okay, so the 911 mental health hotline is underway, and I believe that. So let's hold him accountable to that. Let's see if he goes. Let's see if he goes into exactly what he said, because I don't know which way to go with this. He said no defunding the police, but then he said yes to defunding the police. So I would like some clarity. Joe, go ahead and call in 702-551-5261. I'd like to understand which way you want to go with this. Okay. Second, just to kind of give y'all an understanding, the government race was it wasn't actually as close. Okay, so Joe Lombardo won 49% to Sisolak's 46%. Okay, so it was expected. I thought at first that Sisolak might have been able to pull it out, especially when they started with the election and they started with Clark County being right off back. So right off back, he jumped soared ahead. But then as they dialed it back, and you know that if you look at Nevada State, most of the counties are all red. It's only the most popular county, which is the largest county of Clark County, which is Las Vegas. Okay. Hails the most people. Okay, so also just to kind of give you an idea of what happened with the election, U.S. House District 1, Dina Titus won, which is a Democrat. She won by 51%. Okay, District 2 went to a Republican. He won 60%. District 3, Susie Lee, 51%, Democrat. Stephen Horsford, District 4, Democrat, 51%. How weird is that Dina Titus, Susie Lee, and Stephen Horsford all won by 51%. Okay, right now as we stand, it is still ongoing, and all eyes are on Nevada for the Senate race, the United States Senate, which is Adam Laxoff and Catherine Cortez Masto. Now, this race is actually very close. It's close as 882 votes right now. Okay, and they have not counted all of the mail-in ballots that were placed in the mail. On election day, which was November the 8th, which I told y'all don't do that. Okay, I told y'all go stand your butt in line. All right, instead of mailing these ballots in at the last minute, because y'all the one holding the damn election up. We've been wanting to know when this went down on Tuesday. Now here we are Saturday, still waiting on y'all latecomers. Okay, going to go put the paper in the mail on the dang thing. Thanks a lot. So, also just to give you some more ideas about that. So what happens with that, okay, is that at this point, they still have around I think they say about 38,000 votes left that they're still counting. 882 votes is not enough to hold what they predict. Okay, so it looks like she's going to overcome him, but we won't know until all the votes are in. And at this moment, all votes are not in, okay? So just Aaron Ford won by 50% for Attorney General, the Treasury. Now, I told y'all, if we didn't do nothing else, that Michelle Fiore, I needed her to go, okay? Because I can't do the fact of her racist tyrant sessions that she does and the things that she says that she's going to in place if she ever gets in power. So right now we have Zach Conan at 47%, beating her at 46%, but at one point she was beating him and I was upset. Okay, I was like, I do not want this woman in, and this is for the Treasury. So if she's the treasurer, okay, if she holding all the money and you come and you like, hey, I need to pay. I want to go get some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Maybe going to go get some stuff. Like, I'm going to go get a pair of shoes and some lashes. You know what I'm saying? Make myself feel good. Do a feel good day. To the state that would be, hey, we want to put some more money into going for the kids for Christmas, and we want to do the backpack drives, but we want to do it big this year. That's her holding the bag and you not being able to say what you want to do with your money because she's in control of it. And I just do not want her in control. I have a clip in regards to her. I just want you to know who she is. So next time y'all listen to me to make sure that we ain't even worried about having these people in office.
And we begin tonight with the Michelle Fiore bombshell. Clark County Republicans going against a prominent right-wing figure in the Las Vegas community. The party announcing Las Vegas Mayor Pro Tem Michelle Fiore. She made racially insensitive comments at this weekend's convention. Thanks for choosing us tonight. I'm Trisha Keene.
And I'm Ty Quinones. 13 Action News reporter Austin Carter right now is live outside City Hall. And Austin, you spoke to the chairman of the Clark County Republican Party tonight who says he heard her comments.
Yeah, that's right. He says that while Fiore was making her remarks, she said that she was against affirmative action. The Clark County Republican Party says their convention over the weekend was filled with sentiments of unity and support, regardless of party affiliation. However, in this statement from the Clark County Republican Party, quote, racially charged comments were made by Las Vegas Mayor Pro Tem Fiore, the chairman of the County Republican Party, speaking to 13 Action News by phone.
I think it was very insensitive. She shouldn't have made the comments that she made. She should apologize to the members and to the community.
We do not know the exact wording she used, but the party says that the remarks were, quote, clearly inappropriate. And I did reach out to Mayor Pro Tem Fiore to get her side of all of this, to get some sort of comment on everything going on. I haven't yet heard back. Once we do, though, we'll keep you posted here on air and online on our website at ktmv.com. Report.
I don't like her. Okay. I don't agree. I will say I don't agree with affirmative action either. I feel like it is actually really stupid. Why would you want to just have two? Like, we're going to pick two to fill our quota instead of black people keeping their own entire attorney firms, or they'll never own that business because that business will always be Cohen, and Cohen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it will never trickle down to them. And it just kind of crippled us and made it where they only have to fill their quota and not actually find out if we are the best candidate or not. So I would say I don't agree with that, but she did not agree with it for those reasons. She just don't agree with it because she don't feel like black people should be, they should just get seats. That's how she feel. I don't like her. Okay. Michelle, have a good day. I ain't even gonna say nothing to you. Don't call it. Okay. On everything. So I want to shout out to Sharonda Summers Armstrong. Girl, you killed it. Okay. 81% on her opponent. And I say that like finisher, like Mortal Kombat. Whoever, I don't even know who the other person was. Forget who the other person was. You better show out. Okay, Armstrong at 81%. Also, let's give shout outs to Danielle Moreno. I was saying it backwards. I'm sorry. But she killed it. 54% for District 1. Thank you so much for putting on for us at the community. What was it? Community barbecue. It was great. Okay, we were able to see our candidates. We were able to speak to them. You were able to see organizations in the community that are trying to help families. They gave out grocery. They gave out food. I mean, good food too. I mean, it was barbecue. It was Mr. Fries. It was what was it? Waffle Cafe Express. I'm talking about delicious food. And you got to meet the people that were that's running. So you can have that conversation with them. So you can be able to say, I really care about this issue. And what do you think about that? And that was a real life situation for you to be able to do there. I love every time they do it, and we love being a part of it. Thank you again, Danielle, for having us. Also, Cameron Miller won at 65%. Good job, King. Appreciate you also. I want to also say this. There was 6 seats, all Republican, who were uncontested. I was so upset by this, and I need some people to move to these districts and get some stuff popping, because the highest one was 42,371 votes, which ain't nothing, okay? And if you get a campaign going and you get people to be able to back you, and you get their businesses to back you, you can beat these people. So let's move. People that didn't win these other positions, these higher up positions, you should be thinking about these districts to be able to go and take over these districts so you can get the experience that you need to be able to run in these other positions. I'm just saying, Twix, I'm just saying. If these are the things that you want to do, you want to be a part of, you still want to be a part, you still want to fix things in our community, these would be districts that you would start at that don't have anyone running against the incumbent, okay, and you beat their ass, okay, and then you get the experience that you need to run for mayor. Shots out to you. I love you, want you to be able to do great, but I also see that there was things that need to be improved in your campaign and things that need to be improved in you being more knowledgeable about the laws and the positions. This would be great. District 14, District 19, District 31, District 32, District 36, District 38. Move to these districts, okay? If you notice, everybody in the state still had to vote on these. I voted none of the candidates on every last one of them because they was Republican. And the reason why I did that is because why am I voting for them if they go win anyway? I'd rather say I don't want to vote for them, okay? Once again, District 19, 31, 32, 36, and 38. Move to these districts if you want to be a part of politics. And these are Senate seats. You going to Washington, D.C. for free, okay? I'm not saying that's what you should be thinking about, but you know what I'm saying? You're going to get the party at the White House. I'm just saying. Anyway, North Las Vegas mayor went to Paula Brown, who won at 65%. Both candidates were Democratic candidates. All I'm saying is, Paula, show up. Okay? That's all. I just want to see what do you have in place that's going to actually benefit us. I know that I've heard that you're a good woman. I heard that you have done great things in this city, but you did not show up as for a debate with Pat Spearman, and that's just real. Call in, Paula, 702-551-5261. I'm not against you. I'm just saying, what are you going to do? Because if you couldn't even argue with somebody, not even argue, but be able to at least state your statement. Where do you stand on things? It worries me if you have if you really have our interests at heart, or what was the purpose? I want to know, why didn't you? That's the real question. Why didn't you show up? What did you think? Did you think you were above her to not show up? Well, what was it? Because I would want to know. Paula, call in 702-551-5261. Okay. And all the questions. Question 1, which is on discrimination. They voted yes, 58%. Question 2, on minimum wage being at least $12 an hour without discount of employers, voted 54% yes. Question 3, open elections, yes. Okay. And that was at 52%. Okay. Now, with them questions, I just want to ask you a question. Okay, one was the discrimination, one was minimum wage, and one was open election. All right, a couple of shows ago, I say probably in like July, I went over what was the main concerns of black men voters and black men voters, black women voters, white men, white women, gay people, all that additional stuff. Okay, so one was black men voters is race and social class, unemployment, home, business ownership, underpaid jobs, positions, home ownership, and student loans in healthcare. Okay, with women it was healthcare, economy and jobs, public safety, discrimination, child care, student loans. Okay, so in the 3 questions that we have, did it really help in the fact of does it come across as our agenda, or is this something that Jay just put up there that we could have had in a different position? Like, could we have been able to have better questions answered? Okay, have bigger issues resolved. And I don't know. I don't know if Nevada is already trending to have $12 an hour by the end of 2023, then why was this on the ballot today? Okay, why wasn't universal child care or tuition on there? Okay, why wasn't health care on the ballot? Okay, discrimination. We've been dealing with this for years and years, and I feel like it's silly for us still to be asking for them not to discriminate against us in different avenues. But this was on the ballot. Was it more important than unemployment? Was it more important than underpaid jobs? Was it more important than having better help for home ownership or small business help? So these are important. Okay. Open election. Did they really need to put that on there now? Or are we really not? Are we really having issues today with the inflation, with immigration? You know what I'm saying? Like things like this, public safety, things like that, transportation for kids, transportation to cities. Okay, education. Why wasn't more information about us being able to fix the education problem that we have here in Nevada on the ballot? Were these questions that you needed? So the clip that I have kind of explains the seating, okay, and what the House and what the Senate actually are, and then why they're important. So with having those seats, I'll say that this is what we're dealing with right now with the election. The Democrats have 49 seats in the Senate, and the Republicans have 49 seats in the Senate. There is still at least, I think, another couple of seats left. So they're trying to be able to see who's going to keep control. And then in the House, the Democrats are holding 203 seats, and the Republicans have 211. Now they needed 218 to be able to kind of keep themselves from losing when they're battling, because of course some Democrats and some Republicans will vote the other way, and you want to have that cushion. It looks like they're not going to have that cushion, and they're being jeopardy of them not having it. So let's go ahead and look at the clip so you can understand what I'm talking about.
And now, another fact of Congress.
You may wonder sometimes, who are all these people in Washington and what are they doing? Well, 535 of them are in Congress, representing you and everyone else in the country, which is just as well because there are too many of us to fit in one room anyway. Members of Congress are there to listen to us and to speak for us as they make new laws or legislate. Legislators work in either the House of Representatives or the Senate. The House is more about representing people based on how many live in each state. It has a large number of members to stay in close touch with what people back home want. The Senate is more about representing every state equally, taking a broader national view and making sure that our government doesn't rush into any bad laws. Working together, they play the most important role in our system of representative democracy. Do you know who's representing you?
It's me. This fact of Congress is adjourned.
Okay, so just to kind of give you more of an understanding of what it is and why it's important for us to have a team. Remember, I expressed that you can put LeBron on or whoever you think your best player is, okay, on a sucky team, okay, and that person still needs somebody to pass the ball into play, somebody he can dish it to, somebody that'll catch a rebound. Shoot, he needs somebody that's gonna have some legs when he's hired, some wind. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that's go try to jump and make sure that the ball doesn't go out of play. All these, somebody to hit the three, all these things are still needed. So you can be the best player out there, but if you don't have a team, you're going to lose. It's a big probability that you're going to lose if you don't have a team. So that's important. That's why it was important that even if you didn't agree with them, you didn't want the Senate to have the majority. And I'm just telling you right now, look at the 6 seats that were uncontested. You know what I'm saying? That's 6 seats just that they just got. No fight. Nobody fought for those. Okay? So it makes sense for us to want to have the majority, because it's easier for us that if you have a certain bill or something that you want to put into place, when they run it through the House, it could get shut down if we don't have the team to be able to push it through. Okay? So just to kind of give you an idea, like I said, they are very close with that. And then there's certain runoffs, like the Georgia runoff for Senate, which is Warnock and Walker. Okay, I can't even believe this is that close. Who the hell voted for Walker? Slap yourself 3 times and then kick yourself in the eye with a rusty toe. It doesn't make any sense. You can't tell me that he knows anything. You can't tell. I don't think he can get through the ABCs all the way without having to think. Okay? And you would say that you would put this person into play so he can be a fool, so he can just be a sitting person for them to say, hey, vote on yes on 3. I'll Herschel Walker, I'll go vote. Did you say 3? 3 on 4. No, that's not what he said. And that's exactly how I feel like he is. Like, there are certain bots, okay, that they put into place where they're able to control them. And look at this fool. I don't agree with abortion, but I just paid for all 6 of them beezies to have one because they is lying on me, is what he said, okay? And end up being your actual baby mama. That's your baby mama. Like, you killing me, bro. Like, so I don't understand what's the purpose of it. I don't understand why you would even vote. But on December the 6th, they're going to do a runoff in Georgia for Warnock and Walker. If you are going to vote for Walker, please enter the chat. Please tell me why. Tell me 3 good reasons why you would vote for this fool. Okay? Tell me, because I don't understand what's your purpose. Okay? And I want to break it down to you like this. Let's say that there is a gala, okay, that every person that pays taxes in this country is going to. And this is star-studded. This is pull your diamonds out, your mother's pearls, you know what I'm saying? Like, pull your hair up type. This is tuxedo. This is Vera Wang, this is Oscar De La Renta, them red carpet asking you what you got on. It's Prada. Okay, all this, okay? And you get there, and this is everybody that's there has to pay a certain amount of money to get in the door because this is a sit-down dinner. Okay? And at this dinner, for the price that you're paying, your mind frame is tomahawks and 30-pound lobsters and shrimp and crab. I know some of y'all don't eat all that, but you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want, whatever was in your mind that was something that you was like, I done paid all this money, I'm about to grub. Okay? And you sit down and they start pulling the covers off of the food, and you start seeing people with tomahawks and lobster tails and crab and caviar and Kobe beef. You know what I'm saying? You start seeing that, and then they get to you and they pull your thing off and you got a bologna sandwich. You're like, hell, this ain't mine. This ain't mine. I'm supposed to get one of them tomahawks over there. Okay, like, wait a minute, why is mine like this? That's the same thing that goes on in your country. This is what it is with your country. That means that you're watching all these rich people off your money, because you paid just as much as they did, off your money, sitting there eating, getting contracts through the government. They sitting there, their kids are getting all these additional loans and stuff because of generational wealth and the way the system is set up. You seeing people be able to start their new businesses. You're seeing other people be able to get money to get houses. You're seeing all these additional things around you, and you get nothing. Why? Because you won't even argue the fact that you just got a ham sandwich, and they just got, because you didn't vote. You didn't go in there and say, this is my order. I want the tomahawk, make it medium well seasoned. Okay, I want bone in. All right. Those were the directions. That was your order that you just missed on the 8th. For them to say, no, she didn't make an order, so I'm just going to give her a mayo sandwich. Not even mayonnaise. A mayo sandwich. Some water and bread. And I'm gonna give him over there. Even though he's paying as much as her or less than her, I'm gonna give him the tomahawk. He's getting the ribeye. He's getting something. Right? But you don't get nothing. And that's because you don't have the representation. That's because you did not give your order. If you did not go in there and tell them that you wanted the lobster tail with butter, with garlic, okay, roasted with herb, and they did, and you didn't get it, you didn't get what you wanted because you didn't give the order, then don't say nothing to me. Don't argue no facts and no debates or nothing if you didn't put our people forward. Because the purpose is for you to put your order in. These are your representatives, okay? These are the people that are supposed to represent you. And if you don't have someone to say, Kristie wants the tomahawk. Kristie wants education funding for her child because she has a 9-year-old and she wants to make sure that he gets to the next program. Kristie wants to make sure that the kids have additional programs, music programs, basketball programs, art programs, worldwide Spanish traveling programs, all these additions. She wants him to have economic training to go over taxes and housing and things like that. I didn't put my order in. I didn't tell them. I didn't show up and say, I don't want this person representing me because this person is a racist pig. So we end up stuck in the same positions, and then the same people like, ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed because you didn't help us change nothing. You didn't come when it was time for you to be able to make your words, but you want to show up for a presidency that your vote only counted to be able to get the representative there. So if now you have representation there of someone who does not know what you need, the difference is going through the pandemic and they went for months trying to figure out how to give you $1,200. Okay? They didn't understand that your child was at home and was hungry today. Because they have not been in those positions. Because you are paying their salary right now, but they did not release their salary to be able to feed you. You are paying for everything. This is all your stuff. This is like me saying, I'm going to go to the store. Okay. You tell me what you want and your stuff end up being like $12.50. And you be like, okay, well, I give you your stuff and then I keep your $7.50 in change. You like, where am I changing? Like, you don't get no change. But my stuff only came up to $12.50. Where's my $7.50? You don't get that. Okay? It's like me coming to your house and telling you I'm going to make rules in your home and tell you that the people that's in your home need to follow these rules. Okay? They moving stuff in your house. You know you want your remote on this seat when you leave. You know you want the air on this and they putting it on a different one. And then you paying all the bills, but they making the decisions for your money. This is what this is. So just quickly, I just want to go over another thing that why you don't have representation is a clip about Biden's student loan forgiveness being blocked by judges that you did not pick because you let them put them in.
Biden administration temporarily on hold from forgiving any student loan debt.
Yeah, we've seen the forgiveness plan taken to courts across the country, and now it's reached North Texas. Our Suzanne Bruner is following this story for us this morning. Suzanne, a judge blocked this plan in Fort Worth.
Yeah, that's right. That Fort Worth judge declared President Biden's forgiveness plan essentially illegal. Now, the conservative group, the Job Creators Network Foundation, filed the lawsuit last month, and it did this on behalf of 2 borrowers who did not qualify for debt relief. The president's plan would help millions of borrowers with up to $20,000 in student loan debt. Now, the White House did respond to the ruling, saying it disagrees with it and plans to continue fighting. The Justice Department also getting involved, planning to appeal. Right now, the program is on hold, not because of this ruling, but after it was already challenged by 6 states in a separate lawsuit. And Mark, I just checked this morning, according to the White House, 26 million people have already applied for relief.
Okay, so once again, I want to also add, okay, that the government keeps thinking that we want to pay for the poor people. We don't. I don't feel, I'm sorry to say this, and people are probably going to be mad. I don't really care. Call in 702-551-5261. I'm not trying to pay for anybody that's not trying to help themselves. Okay, so if somebody has been on welfare and assistance their whole entire life and they are not trying to get any better, I don't think she should be getting my tax credit. I didn't put money into this economy. I work every day. I don't get no assistance. I'm not able to get no help or nothing, but I'm working every day. But all my benefits and everything that should be going to me because I'm a taxpayer is going to these non-paying ass people. I'm not saying everybody like that. Okay. But what I'm saying is, when are you going to start helping the middle class, the people that do have the student loans, the mortgages and stuff like that they're putting into the economy? No, you want to tax us for the poor, you want to tax us for the rich, and then at the end of the day we just use the hell up. Okay, so I'm not really happy in the fact of the additional benefits. When are you gonna start helping us? Because you should not be denying the fact that I need help with student loans. Me being able to take care of that debt allows me to be able to acquire a new loan, which would be like a home loan or a small business loan. I got to get past this one first. Shouts out to everybody, just to let y'all know that Help of Southern Nevada is helping right now. You can go from 8 to 2 today to be able to sign up for holiday help. There are other programs out there that are also signing you up for holiday help. Go to 211 if you need any additional help with food, utilities, rent, or whatever the case may be. You guys, I love y'all. My whole purpose of the matter is to make sure that you guys know what's going on with us. And you cannot argue with me if you did not help move us forward. Don't speak to me if you don't know nothing about what's going on and you didn't help our people. This is Kristie J, and this is a Chisholm Report. If you see somebody out there grinding, let them know you see them shining. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Until next week, 10 a.m., I'll see you. Love y'all.
Yeah, election time's coming. Who you gonna vote for? Yeah, if I was president, I'd get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday.